Hello again, vinyl community, it's Matt here, and I'm in a different room today because I have an unboxing video. Yes, I got a new turntable. Let's take a look at it. Alright, I got my scissors right here. So, this is the Pro-ject Debut Carbon Evo standing for Evolution. And I've been thinking about getting a different turntable for a little while. If you saw my video about the Audio-Technica ATLP120 USB, I've had that for a few years now. It's a really good solid turntable. But I just wanted something with something that was a step up, you know, because that's about a $250 turntable. This is a $500 turntable, but I did not pay $500 for it. So a quick little story behind it. This turntable came out, I think, a year or two ago, something like that. And there's a variety of different colors that you can get for it. The one I really wanted was the walnut. I really wanted the nice wood and the walnut look to it. I thought that would have matched my setup that I have right now very nicely, because I have walnut. It's not real walnut, but you know, walnut cubes and that sort of thing. But couldn't find one anywhere. I pre-ordered one, and it was supposed to be in stock within a few days, only to be told it had been pushed back to April. And so I thought, well, my backup was the black version, which would also match my setup because I have black, black receiver, black CD player, and so on. That was out of stock too. Couldn't find it anywhere. And then I was toying with getting like the Fluence RT85. Almost pulled the trigger on it. I just wasn't. It has a great cartridge, the RT85. But I thought, it does, but that's a big part of why I wanted to get it. And you can always upgrade the cartridge later. If you want to upgrade the tone armor, then good luck. Pro-ject are known for having good tone arms. So I was still sitting on the fence about it. And then finally, one morning last week, I happened to check eBay, and a black one, a black Debut Carbon Evo had been listed that morning for $350, $150 less than retail. It's a customer return, so it's essentially... I mean, it's possible the customer plugged it in and tried it. They don't know. You know, it was one of these big sort of hi-fi electronic distributors. They just said it's a customer return. We checked everything. We tested it. It seems to be working fine. And so I thought, I'll take the chance to save $150. I think it does have a little scuff or two on it, just very small. And again, I'm thinking I can live with it, assuming it all works. So let's dive right in. Let's start unboxing it. As far as I know, most everything's still kind of in the bags and everything, so it may just be the customer changed their minds. I don't know. I don't know what the situation was. Get this open. All right, now. Move this back a little bit. You guys can see it a bit better. I will bring the camera up so you can have a look. Looks to be packed quite nicely. No problems there at all. So on top here, again, this is still bagged. In fact, it's still sealed completely. So it's possible that indeed they never played this. I don't know. We've got a quick little setup guide in here. It comes with, from what I read, very nice quality audio cables that also have a ground loop attached to them, which is convenient. There are two belts in here. I think one's a flat belt, one's rounded. The round one, I think, would be for 78s, because you can make this run at 78, I think. I don't know, maybe someone will correct me on that. But yeah, and we also get, you can kind of see at the back here, there's a little alignment guide as well, which is always very convenient. So let me see how we're gonna do this. Cardboard on here. Okay, the lid is packed separately, which is nice. Here's the lid. Now I think the lid had a little scuff on it, so let's have a look. You know, I mean, my Audio Technica right now has some little scuffs on it, so if it's minor like that, not a big deal. And again, if it means I'm saving $150, then so much the better, right? Let's have a look here. Oh, it looks pretty good. It's minor. You can just about, you can see it a little, well, can you even see it on the camera? It's right here. Yeah, just about. There's a little mark right here. But that's really the only one I see. Oh, a couple of just little tiny marks at the front there. Barely visible. Not a big deal at all. Alright, so let's lift the turntable out. Get underneath this. There we go. Okay, the platter, this must be the power adapter in here. The platter was also packed separately at the bottom. Oh, so was the little tracking force gauge. Let me grab that. That's nestled right in here. I'm going to pull that out. There we go. So yeah, that's still bagged up as well. Here is the platter at the bottom. Okay. And it has a an anti-resonance ring around the outside of it, which is meant to significantly dampen vibrations. So let's see if we can take this off and take a look. So this is the high gloss black, and it comes with the Sumiko Rainier. I don't know if it's Rainier or Rainier. I'm gonna say Rainier, I guess. Sumiko Rainier cartridge. Yeah, I gotta get my hand under here just to slide this off here. There we go. Looks nice. They claimed that there was a scuff on the turntable, but I don't see one at a glance. So here, let me bring the camera up. You guys can have a better look at it. There it is. Now, this is a very well-regarded cartridge, the Rainier, and it only comes on the US version of this turntable. If you buy this anywhere else, in Europe and Canada, you get the Audiophone 2M Red, which it seems to get mixed reviews. I've read mixed things about it, that the 2M Red, with a lot of people saying that it's really good for its price point, it's a $100 cartridge. Other people saying that they never go back to it, it's kind of overrated. So I don't know, I've never had the 2M Red. But in North America, you get the $150 Sumiko Rainier, which, hey, you know, it costs 50% more ordinarily to buy it. So at a glance, everything looks fine under here. Let's talk about the Evo. As I understand it, I'm by no means an expert on this turntable. I just bought it, as you guys can see. But it's based on the debut Carbon, which is a probably Pro-ject's best-selling turntable, I would think. Very well-regarded entry-level turntable, which normally, I want to say, what does the Carbon cost? $400, something like that normally. This adds a number of features over the Carbon. So, first of all, as I mentioned, the platter has this vibration dampening ring on the inside of it. The cartridge is better than the one you get on the debut Carbon. You also get a speed box. That means you can actually change speeds. There's a little switch under the turntable here, which I can feel, to switch it between off 33 and 45 RPM. With a debut Carbon, you have to actually lift the belt up and move it, which I never got it. I never understood that. As somebody who has 45, I guess if you don't have any 45s, then maybe it doesn't matter so much, but even then, you know, it's not that uncommon, especially nowadays, to have 12-inch records, LPs, that are 45 RPM. You know, they've been made that way to sound better. But anyway, so yeah, this turntable does offer a number of features, and I understand that the motor and the isolation as well. They took a lot of this from Pro-ject X series, and suddenly with those you're getting up to kind of, you know, $1,000 turntable territory. So they took several elements from that and incorporated it into the. I don't know how they did it for this price, but hey, there we go. The carbon fiber toner. It's not made out of aluminum, which is nice. And yeah, we'll see. And plus, it has one of the little weights that you hang off of it. So that's going to be a new experience for me. We'll see. I've had 2 or 3 turntables before, and they didn't. That wasn't how they did their anti-skating. So yeah, it's exciting. So let's go set it up. Let's go check it out. Sounds great. Yeah. The setup took, honestly, the longest part of the setup was this power strip thing that I have. It's one of those like smart strips, so if you switch on the receiver, it switches everything else on. And I had to change the sensitivity on that. And I'm guessing it's because the Pro-ject draws less power than the Audio-Technica did. So it was I had to just yeah. But then I had to unplug a bunch of stuff because it's all kind of underneath the cubes there. But yeah, it's looking good. Here, let me take you over there. Got a bit of the old Eagles playing. Here it is. I'm gonna lift the lid up. My counterweight just about fits under the lid, so that's nice. And yeah, it actually it really sounds fantastic. So that's good. Yeah, I'm pleased with it. Definite. I definitely can hear an improvement. I had to adjust. My receiver has a preamp sensitivity setting, so I bumped that down just a little notch. It was a little bass heavy. So, but anyway, apart from that, yeah, it sounding really good. And there's been a couple of moments already with the Hotel California album. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I wouldn't say it's brighter than the Audio-Technica. It may be a little bit, but I think it's just it has a wider frequency response, which is probably it. And but it's all coming through really clearly. The bass sounds really good. It's nice and tight. Mid sound really good with the vocals, hitting some nice little high points with some of the cymbals, like in Hotel California. And yeah, really happy with it. So we're going to break it in. I think actually, I think whoever owned it before must have used it for a little period of time because the stylus was dirty. Couldn't tell from looking at it, but when I used my little dirt thing here, whatever you want to call it, it picked up quite a bit of dirt from the stylus. So I did that a few times just to make sure we got it nice and clean before I played it. And yeah, it sounded really good. Yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna break this in for a little bit, and you know, it's one of those things where I don't know how long it's been used for. It might have been used for 5 hours, could have been used for 50, for 200, I don't know. So I'll have to kind of listen out for that. If it starts sounding not as good at some point, it might just mean the stylus needs replacing. But there is an upgrade path, which is nice with this. You can with this is from Sumiko's Oyster line of cartridges. So there are actually 2 stylus upgrades you can make for it, which is kind of nice to know. So anyway, guys, thank you as always for watching, and yeah, until next time, bye bye.